Hello, creative friends. This is Patricia from patriciafenty.com, and today I want to share with you lots of creative handmade Christmas gift ideas. And I want to take this opportunity to just say I do apologize for not uploading a lot of content in the past. I'm still dealing with some chronic health issues, some related to the whole COVID issue. And so I'm just have been struggling with my recovery and having enough energy to create content. So I will talk a little bit about that at the end of this video if that's something that you're interested in. I know a lot of people that follow me here on my channel do struggle with chronic health conditions as well. So if you want to stick around till the end or pop over to the end, I'll just talk briefly about what's going on. But right now, I just want to share with you some really great Christmas gift ideas. The first thing I'll start with is this crocheted granny square Christmas stocking. And this is such a fun project. And I think it's just so lovely. It turned out really well. I did one in the opposite colors as well, which I don't have a picture of. But anyways, the idea with this stocking is I do show you how to use the granny squares to make the stocking itself. But the trick here is the lining. And if you have made any crocheted Christmas stockings, you'll note that they're not very durable. They're not very strong and they can't hold a lot of weight. So lining the stocking makes it a very durable gift or an item to use. And if you have made Christmas stockings, then you can use that part of the video tutorial, how to make a lining to line the stockings you've already made. Next, I have these slippers. And what a better gift than crocheted slippers for Christmas. They're so cozy. This pattern is using a number 5 bulky yarn. So it's a nice cozy yarn. And I give you 2 different ways to do this pattern by turning the fabric one way or the other. And then there's also the option to add a cuff. The next project I have is this granny square pouch. And this is such a great Christmas gift to make because not only is it a gift in and of itself, but it can be used to put a bunch of chocolates or maybe some fun lip gloss or little small games or small presents, things like that could be wrapped up in this gift bag as well. And of course, if you use the Christmas colors for the yarn, that would be fabulous. And you can use any granny square pattern you like with this, or you can use the one that I'm using. Now I have all kinds of crochet patterns for scarves and cowls and hats and headbands. And for this, I'm just going to leave a link. Oh, I forgot all about that. Right. For all of these tutorials that I'm sharing with you, there will be a link in the description box below the video with a blog post. And in that blog post, there will be the links to all these projects. And for the most part, I'll link you directly to the blog for that project, which will always include extra resources and materials, the supply list, extra information, and often the written pattern. I don't always have a written pattern, especially as of late, because my cognition doesn't really allow me to write the patterns. But so that will, all those pictures, you can just click on the pictures and they'll take you to that project. And at the bottom of that blog post is always the YouTube video, the accompanying video tutorial. For all the scarves, cowls, and hats, I'm going to just put a link to the playlist on YouTube. And you can just go there and there's so many to choose from and you can create a whole set or just individual items. And then of course, with each YouTube video, when you go into the description box below that video, click on ... more, that will take you to the written pattern or the blog post with possibly a written pattern and any other information I've referred to in that tutorial. So then I have this cup cozy, and this is such a fun and quick pattern to crochet up. You can make lots of these. This would be really great to make if you do craft shows. And also these dishcloths. This is another great project that crochets up quickly. It's a great stocking stuffer. Again, a great project for craft shows. You do always have my permission to use my patterns to create projects to sell at craft shows. You just don't have my permission to sell my patterns, the written patterns themselves. But yeah, use any of my projects to make items to sell. Then I have these snowflakes, and these are just so much fun. You can make them for yourself to decorate your home, or you can make little sets of like 2 of each, perhaps, and do a whole little set that you can give, especially to someone who's maybe just newly on their own and they're just collecting new Christmas decorations. And then I have these rocks, these crocheted rocks. And these are so much fun. Rather than giving coal for Christmas, you can just give a pretty rock. And these are great for stocking stuffers. And you can make them in any color combinations that you like. And you could make up whole sets even. So these are a lot of fun. The next gift ideas I have are crocheted bracelets. And I have 2 styles here that I'm sharing with you. One is using wire, and you're literally just crocheting chains, and you do at least 3 strands of chains with beads with the fine wire, and then um, sort of twist them together. And I do show you step by step in the video tutorial how to do that. But an even simpler way is using the crochet cotton and making these bracelets. And they are so much fun. I absolutely love these beaded bracelets. And you can make multiple bracelets. You can make all different colors. And these are a really great beginner friendly project. That's all the crochet stuff. Back in the day when I first started this channel, it was Create, Nurture, Heal. And so I did do other creative projects and also just nurturing kind of projects. So I have a really great tutorial on how to make bath bombs. And these are lovely. These are great to give as a gift. They are free of citric acid, which can be very irritating to some people's sensitive skin, like mine. And so they don't have the big explosion that most bath bombs do because of that lack of citric acid, but they do dissolve really nicely and make the water soft and nicely scented with essential oils. Then I also have the lotion bars, and these are lovely to use, and especially for mature skin. they're nice and rich and very nice to use. And then last, I have this really fun dot painted Christmas tree card. And this is just a really fun dot painting technique. It is a little bit of work, so you'd want to make this for, a special gift, a special card for someone that you love. So those are all the gift ideas I have that you can do for Christmas handmade gifts. And of course, I have all kinds of stuff on my YouTube channel and my blog. So feel free to peruse around there and see if there's something else that you like. And I wish you all a wonderful Christmas and all the best into the new year. And I will be uploading a few more projects before Christmas. But as I say, my energy is quite limited. So next, I will just go on to tell a little bit about what my healing journey is looking like. Welcome to part 2, and it's day 2. And so I just want to share, hopefully quickly with you, sort of what's been going on with my health journey. And I want to comment too, like, I don't wear makeup anymore for these videos because I actually have a sensitivity to makeup, and I would wear makeup and then my eyes and my skin would be so irritated afterwards. And I thought, why am I doing that? Just so that I look better on camera. So you have me all natural. So I started this channel, and originally it was called Create, Nurture, Heal, because I myself have had a chronic health condition for many years. Chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME, fibromyalgia, and then in recent years, irritable larynx syndrome, central sensitization, and then just a couple of years ago, I ended up with a COVID vaccine injury. So when I started this channel, I wanted to share some of the things that helped me with my healing journey. Um, and but what I didn't realize is how much work doing a YouTube channel and a blog was. And I actually very quickly burned out. So I tried to keep the content going, switching over to just crochet, but you will find there's a lot of sort of healing content from a while back. And I had to just focus on the crochet because that's all I could do. And I needed to create some sort of income because I wasn't able to work at a regular job. And so I do have a lot of content here and on my blog about different healing modalities. And those have all been very helpful for me. And they've helped me to, have a chronic condition and cope. And for many, many years, hold down a regular job, although I'd be off at times for up to 2 years from the illness, but I'd always bounce back. But as I've gotten older and over the last sort of 5, 6 years, I haven't bounced back and I've gotten worse and worse and worse. And so this led me to go to my family doctor and say, there must be something that can help because I have tried everything. And she finally referred me to an internist here in British Columbia, Dr. Rick Arsenault. And he has a YouTube channel called METV, and I'll link to that below. And there's a ton of really, really valuable resources there. And one of the things I learned was that the foundation to all of this is what is called dysregulation of the nervous system. And basically, it's when the nervous system is stuck in chronic stress and it develops a pattern of being in a chronic fight, flight, freeze, or what this one talks about is a new thing, fawn. And fawn is where if you can't run, fight, or fake, freeze, you actually fawn. And that looks something like, throwing the tiger a piece of meat and going, there, and distracting them. And I think a lot of people with this condition have the fawn personality, which looks like people pleasing, over helping, difficulty setting boundaries, and really never putting themselves first. And there's also this self-devaluation, this lack of self-worth that is a piece of all of this. So when I came across these two videos, which I'll link to, by Zara Dorino, and she talked about the dysregulation of the nervous system. And she gives a lot of tips on how to do things to help regulate it. It sent me down this sort of rabbit hole of research. And I came across a YouTube channel by Raylan Eagle, and I'll link to that as well down below. And what she has is she has nearly 200 recovery stories, people who have recovered from chronic fatigue, ME, fibromyalgia, long COVID, and sort of a whole series of autoimmune disorders. And there are so many people that actually have recovered from this. So not just, learning to cope with it, but actually recovering. So there's so many really great interviews on there, and there's so much great information. And I'd leave it up to you to sort through that. If you're dealing with a chronic health condition, I can't recommend enough to go over to Raylan Eagle's channel. And I'll also link those two videos on the dysregulation down below, because there is a way out of chronic illness. It's not easy. It means rewiring your thoughts and the way you are in life, the way you are in relationships. It means taking a hard look at your personality traits, and are you willing to change those personality traits in order to heal? So I am taking the ANS Rewire program with Dan Neuffer. There's quite a few interviews on Raylan's channel with him, and it's Autonomic Nervous System Rewire. I'll just be starting the Mind Body Reconnect program. I'm going to be doing that. And I have already had some really big wins in all of this. I had the irritable larynx syndrome for 10 years. I coughed nonstop for 10 years, nonstop. Like it was brutal, and I wouldn't be able to lay on my back, like, doing exercises and stuff on the floor without choking. I always had to be propped up. That's completely gone. I had really severe light sensitivity, so I couldn't be in stores without wearing sunglasses. That's gone. I have had sensitivity to technology, and that's getting better. And but I am, having a bit of a challenge coming out of the old patterns. And Raylan has a really good uh, video on something called extinction bursts. And this is when the old wired patterns, as you change them, you think you're being successful in changing this pattern, and then it'll give this one last ditch attempt to take you down. I'll link that one as well. But anyways, I just wanted to share all of this with you because I know many of you here on this crochet channel have chronic health issues. And the reason why you crochet is because it's something you can do. It's soothing, it's relaxing. There's a lot of good science that proves that this is a very relaxing craft to have. Yeah, so I just wanted to share this with you. I'll put all those links down below. And I am recovering. I am making some really positive changes. And I wanted to share this with you so that you might find your way out of this yourself if you're dealing with this. And one day I hope to be on Raylan's channel as one of her recovery stories. So that's all I have to share with you for now. Take care. Blessings to you all.